The doctor said I was just anxious during labor. When my baby was born, she was holding my Orenti in her tiny fist. When I went into labor with my first child, I knew something wasn't right. The pain was different than what my birthing classes had prepared me for. Mine is sharper, more localized, almost like something was tearing inside me with each contraction. I think something's wrong, I told the labor nurse, gripping the bed rails as another wave of pain hit me. This doesn't feel like normal contractions. She patted my hand sympathetically. First time, mom jitters. Your vitals are fine, baby's heartbeat is strong. Try to relax. When the doctor came in for his check, I repeated my concerns. He barely looked up from my chart. Your labor is progressing normally. Many women experience anxiety during childbirth that makes the pain feel worse than it is, he explained in that condescending tone. Medical professionals sometimes use with women. Would you like something for anxiety? I declined. I wasn't anxious. Mindless, I was in a specific kind of pain that felt wrong. 8 hours later, as I entered the final stage of labor, the pain intensified to something that had the more experienced nurses exchanging concerned glances. One whispered to the doctor, who finally performed a more thorough examination. Everything looks normal, he insisted, though his furrowed brow suggested otherwise. After what felt like pushing against a knife, my daughter finally entered the world with a powerful cry. The delivery room fell silent. The doctor was staring between my newborn and me with an expression I'll never forget, mine's shock mixed with disbelief. What's wrong with her? I panicked, trying to sit up. Nothing's wrong with the baby, the nurse said, bringing my daughter to my chest. But look at what she's holding. Clutched in my daughter's tiny wrinkled fist was my copper IUD, minus the contraceptive device that was supposed to be securely placed in my uterus. The same one my gynecologist had inserted 3 years earlier, assuring me it was impossible to get pregnant with it properly in place. She grabbed it during delivery, the doctor explained, now visibly uncomfortable. It appears the IUD was displaced, possibly early in the pregnancy, which would explain why you conceived, and the pain you were describing was the IUD being pulled with each contraction. I finished for him. The room remained awkwardly silent as they cleaned us both up. The nurse leaned close while the doctor was occupied with paperwork. In 20 years of labor and delivery, I've never seen anything like this, she whispered. Your daughter literally fought past birth control to exist, and she brought the evidence with her. My case was presented at a medical conference the following month. The doctor, who dismissed my pain, sent an apology note with a massive gift basket. But the most meaningful outcome was the hospital's new policy requiring all medical staff to attend additional training on listening to women's pain reports during labor. My daughter is 5 now, and her determination hasn't changed. When her kindergarten teacher told me she's unusually persistent at solving problems, I just smiled and said, she came by it honestly. I still have the IUD preserved in a tiny clear box some days. I'll tell her the story of how she announced her arrival to the world, minus by proving that even medical certainties are no match for a child determined to be born.